All right, welcome back to Stopping the Who. My name is Dave. Thank you for watching. This article just will certainly get under your skin a little bit here, no pun intended, as we find out more and more information about this super safe and effective product. Case report: Pfizer safe and effective bioweapon is deemed a catalyst in death of a 34-year-old man. And so they actually did a report on this. Everyone says, well, we need data. We need the receipts. Well, here we go. When Henrietta Samoa's healthy, flourishing 34-year-old son, Victor, died suddenly on May the 6th, 2021, 16 days after his first dose of the super safe and effective bioweapon product, she began seeking answers. More than 3 years later, on August the 8th, Biomedical Science and Clinical Research published a peer-reviewed case report. And if you go over to the Defender, there is a link to the report detailing the mechanisms through which this product, whatever it is, caused an acute aortic dissection that killed her son. The report was based on analyses of Victor's data that she and her family obtained from researchers across the world. Henrietta hopes the study will be an important tool in the struggle to bring those responsible for the damage caused by these so-called whatever to justice. I can't get my son back, so it's not going to help me in that sense, Henrietta told the Defender, but I don't want this to happen to anybody else ever again. Isn't that a good motivator? I'm kind of shocked that people don't care about preventing this from happening to someone else. We need to get justice, and we can't ever let it go. Henrietta hopes there will someday be criminal prosecutions. Yes, absolutely. For the pharmaceutical industry executives, public health officials, and politicians who pushed through this emergency use authorization. Also, the mandates, which did even more damage. The study provides a detailed analysis of Victor's case using evidence from his medical records, the post-mortem pathology report, a tissue sample, and a peri-mortem serum analysis, which were obtained through extraordinary measures that Victor's family took to identify his cause of death. Notice today the most popular cause of death is natural causes. The researchers note that the case study is significant because few cases of injury and death following this process have such extensive medical documentation. The general lack of documentation is a serious issue, indicating the safety data for these products is incomplete. This case review and our findings emphasize that without the described thorough investigations, accurate safety data cannot be realized, they wrote. And in fact, the safety data is likely impacted by information gaps in the reporting. You know how they recall car seats because one fails somewhere and they recall all of them? That's the analogy you need to use with this. In other words, public health agencies are making their risk-benefit analyses of these products without proper safety data, they said. The safety data is also necessary to provide the public with complete informed consent. According to the case report, 16 days after his first dose, Victor experienced acute inflammation, sudden thoracic aortic dissection, and pericardial tamponade, rapidly leading to his death. I'm not sure if I pronounced all of those words correctly, but you get the point. Aortic dissection is an uncommon medical emergency in which the inner layer of the large blood vessel branching off the heart's aorta tears. The condition mostly affects men in their 60s and 70s. Victor was at a low risk for heart complications, according to the report. He had normal blood pressure, was a non-smoker, had regular glucose and lipid levels, and genetic testing showed he had no genetic connective tissue disorders. So this guy was really healthy. He did have a bicuspid aortic valve a common heart defect present at birth that had never caused any symptoms, but otherwise had no personal history of heart issues, and no one in his family had a history of aortic dissection. Yet Victor's autopsy showed a tear in his aorta, creating a pocket that entered his pericardial space and filled it with blood, compressing his heart and causing cardiac arrest. Hospital records show that Victor was asymptomatic until a few hours before he went to the emergency room. Henrietta said that Victor initially complained of epigastric pain. For 4 hours later, his smartwatch indicated his heart rate was 190 beats per minute, and he had numbness in his jaw and chest. He was up, walking and talking at the time the paramedics arrived at his apartment building, but presented to the hospital with CPR in progress. He died within an hour. Man. The medical examiner listed the cause of death as acute aortic dissection and did not investigate further possible issues. The case report lays out findings of the autopsy, genetic and toxicology testing, tissue and blood analysis, and identified markers of pericarditis and myocarditis, indications of hypersensitivity reaction, and the presence of the wonderful spike protein in his aorta and vascular tissues, along with indications that spike protein was derived from this safe and effective product rather than viral. Victor had also never had COVID-19. Interesting. Given these findings and a lack of underlying genetic disease, this inflammatory response is suspected to have initiated the deadly vascular and cardiac inflammatory cascade that ultimately took his life. This product is suspected as the catalyst for this chain of events. So it goes on. You can read the entire article, case report over on the Defender. But once you dig into this, which most doctors, most medical professionals are not digging into it, you get to the truth. And the truth obviously is not pretty, and this is why we can never allow this to happen again.